Brennan there and Jason and those Challenger Hellcat, Dodge Hellcat. Oh my goodness. Mile an hour, 170 to a 144.5. Now I got TJ Falconer and a Corvette Thomas in a Challenger Hellcat. Yet again, both these cars are only separated by less than half a mile an hour as far as their best. Hey, I want to welcome our viewers from 1320 now joining us back in. Welcome if you were not here before, and if you are back, then great. Thanks for joining us. Got some great camera angles and views that maybe you've never seen before, especially at a half-mile airstrip attack. Revolution.com, sending it out. Great. Mile an hour on these two coming up. 146.1 for Thomas, 142.0 for TJ. Look at this beast. That's full beast mode right there in the burnout box. That Camaro makes power. How much? Well, probably about all of it. We're going to find out. It's crazy how much power it takes in a rear-wheel drive car as opposed to an all-wheel drive car. That thing looks crazy. Lots of fast Camaros all weekend here. This is Buddy Schultz in his 2010 Camaro, 2,000 horsepower. Buddy, I haven't called him at this. I've called him at this event, just not today. Let's see what's up. Buddy Schultz right there, 2,000 horse. What did he make of it mile an hour wise? 198.76. That's pretty good right off the trailer. What do you think about that? Kemp Cunningham, Audi RS7. That's what's coming up. Been a best of 149.3. See it right there on your screen. Beautiful car. These cars have a mean launch sequence. Like they get it done, so probably not going to have to do much of a burnout. Looks like he might be going up against the Camaro there. Like I said, we've got some pretty fast stuff coming up right behind these. So hang on to your shorts, grab some snacks. It's going to get interesting. Kemp Cunningham in the Audi RS7, Brandon English in the Camaro SS. Right next to him. See our lovely grid girls out there lining things up. Film crew doing all of it. Unleaded 88 support right there in the corner. Is looking to make up that gap. 150.2 for the Audi, 143.5 for the Camaro. You know, another thing to note and mention that most of the cars out here, a good percentage of them are running ethanol-based, corn-based fuel. So Ignite, racing fuel, unleaded 88, lots of good options. A lot of them grown right here in Indiana. Well, there it is. There's our fuel. You're looking at it, a field of fuel. What do you think about that? Don't say popcorn unless it's actually in the combustion chamber. Just saying. All right, look at that. We got Julian Bassler, Lamborghini Huracan Sam, and the Corvette. Sounds like Sam might have broke something. Not sure what's up there. He's been having some runnability difficulty. We're going to have to get that looked at. Sounded transmission related to me. We're going to have to get tow involved in that. Not sure. I heard a big noise and then nothing. So 152.1 for Julian in his Lamborghini Corvette. You can see it right there on the side. I don't see a blown up tire or anything, but definitely got some sort of an issue. You can see it right there, the atomic orange. That's a beautiful Z06. He's been kind of battling some traction issues, so I'm only guessing when I'm saying transmission. It could be anything. Looks like he's getting out of the car. I'm not so sure that's a fantastic idea, but I guess that means everything's okay, so that's good. We're going to get fire safety in tow over there right away. He's probably just trying to figure out what the heck happened. I don't blame him. It could be a muffler bearing. I'm not sure. I hope it's something simple though, because it's such a beautiful car. I love seeing him out here. Car's always been fast. I just know he's had a few struggles with traction, which means it's making all that power. So we'll get him scooped up, you know, and get him looked at. No big deal. Meantime, I'd like to talk about Casey's. Fill up with unleaded 88, like we were just talking about, at your local Casey's and grab a delicious slice of pizza and ice-cold beverage while you're there. Casey's is a proud sponsor and supporter of biofuels and glad to be the local convenience store for the Indy Airstrip attack. Thirsty? Grab a Casey's ice-cold beverage before filling up with a clean-burning, low-cost unleaded 88 at local Casey's near you. Great. Sounds to me like we got a bigger problem. The hood's open, and we got people scratching their heads. We're not sure if he blew a half shaft, blew the motor, but something's blued. You can be rest assured that something is blued up. I hope it's something simple. It's a beautiful car. But he's pointing over there. He's like, yeah, it was running over there, but not so much over here. So what I need to do is go back there where it was running and kind of retrace my steps. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, because this isn't working out here for me. I'm going to go back there, and then, but right now I'm going to try to get in the car. That's what I'll do. I'll get in the car, and then if you could just tow me out there, here we go. Survey says I didn't see any oil, so I'm hoping it's nothing serious. We'll find out soon enough. I know we're going to check it out, especially if we got some high horsepower cars coming up for sure. Greater Indiana Clean Cities, a nonprofit ethanol unleaded 88 advocate providing the Midwest with education and project support for alternative fuels over the last 22 years. Contact Greater Indiana today at greaterindiana.com to learn more. Of course, our great syndication partners, we got 1320video.com, got our good friends at Global Time Attack, revolution.com, shiftsector.com, wherever you're finding us. I'm just glad that you found us. So, small delay while this Corvette might have sneezed something, and hopefully it's nothing serious. Let's look at some of the cars we have coming up next. Should show up here on your screen in a moment while we get him scooped off and make sure everything's good there. There's some real fast stuff I know coming up because I saw the chase vehicles already down on the finish line, and that was a bit ago, so I know they're in line somewhere. Of course, at the bottom of the screen you can see the high mile an hour of the days, or of today, I should say. Right there, that is the queen of shift sector. Just throwing it out there. So we got AMG GT, we've got ATSV, CTSV, we've got Mustangs, we got Corvettes. We got a C8. Oh, wait a minute, I was talking about fast cars. Okay, we've got the one Ferrari, the Ferrari Pista. Beautiful car. That thing's been fast. I don't think that thing's stock, 190 plus. I know we got, see right there, the Audi R8 and the Lamborghini. That is Jessica and Jacob James, father and daughter team. They're going to do a side-by-side pass here soon. Both those cars have been over 200 miles an hour, well over 200. You can see at the bottom of the screen just how fast. Of course, we got a lot of our unleaded 88 cars out there in the mix. Even an old 350 or 370Z, I can't tell from my vantage point, but look, a fancy neon right there. A couple more Corvettes. I heard rumor that there was couple English racing cars out there, but not seeing them in my vantage point. The Gringo Tegra himself, I heard, was somewhere in line, and also looks like Kevin Rudin. At this point, we're just trying to get this Corvette without breaking any parts off of it off the track. Off they go. Hopefully to get fixed and come back out. I hope it's nothing serious. Sounded to me like probably transmission or axle the way it went. I didn't hear a motor. Yeah, so I think we're good. I don't think we have to clean anything. So we're going to be back to racing, and this is probably going to be the slowest pass we're going to make today. Certainly the slowest of that car because it's been fast. There you go. You can see just how big this airstrip is. Look at that. Going right to our starting line. Nicely done. We're going to go hot here in just a couple minutes as soon as these are clear. So we'll be back to green here shortly. It looks like you can kind of see just how big this airstrip is from that vantage point. Track is hot, I hear. Let's see what's up next. Like we were showing you earlier, some of the cars that are waiting. Looks like we got a Chevrolet SS coming up. I'll let you know here in a second when it pulls up in my queue. Nope, that's definitely a CTSV. Right there, Indiana Corn Marketing Council flag. Not sure why it's not showing up on my queue, but that definitely is a CTSV. And then we got Mark Bales in that Dodge Hellcat. Indy Garage in the house. That is Nicholas O'Hara in that CTSV. Been a best of 148.6. Hellcat, no slouch either. Been a best of 143.9. $147.9 today, top mile an hour to a 143.7 right there. Which is almost right over, I guess. Nice looking Mustang coming up. Well, see, now there's the Chevrolet SS. That's what I thought I saw. So Brad Holloway, my bad. 158.7 best, 850 horse. Wayne Cordell in that GT 350, been a best of 141.7. Chevrolet SS getting it done. Wow. Towing that Mustang to the end. We might get one of our slowest mile an hour times coming up. Can he do it? Wayne, what you got? What you got? What you got? He got ousted by the SS. That's what he got. 72.3 for him. 159.4 for Brad in the Chevrolet SS. Got an S2000. Shout out to my good friend Daniel Brighton if you're watching. Got kind of a cool S2000 back at home. Just had to do it. Sorry, there it is. That's Aldo, let's see here. Matthew Moberly, my bad, in the Challenger Hellcat Red Eye. And an S2000, somebody typed in the wrong number. Challenger mile an hour gonna be 145.3, and that is the incorrect number. It's not a Lamborghini Huracan. 115.3 right there for the S2000. Mark Moreno in the ATS-V coming up. Been a best of 155.3. Clinton in the AMG GTS. Been a best of 150.6. Love that view of the launch pad / airstrip. Can't thank the beautiful city of Marion, Indiana enough for having us out here. Great hosts. Look at that. Good looking cars. down. That AMG is no joke either. It's been fast. Here comes the V. Playing a little catchy up. Mark Moreno in the V, 154.6 to a 148.3 for the AMG. I got Bill Rigall in that Z06. Been a best of 191. Been fast. 1,200 horse in this beast. See it right there. Apparently he's perfected hot water, so that's good. I could use that in my life. In the background, I do see the English Racing GTR. Let's watch and see what this Corvette will do. He's on a good pass. That mile an hour looks strong to me. Bill, what did you do? Let's find out. 192.2, so an improvement. There you go. Cars are getting faster. Looks like we got Robert Browning in that Challenger Hellcat Red Eye wide body. Daniel Bartram in that Huracan. Good race here. Mile an hour coming up for both of these. Daniel in the Huracan, 153.6 to a 151.36. Kind of a tongue twister, but great job by both of them. Unleaded 88 right there in that GT 500. Boom! Like we've been talking about. They're so cool. They're so great. They're unleaded 88. Boom. Chaka raka. Boom. Had to do it. Sorry. It was, are you ready for it? Corny. That's right. I'll be here all weekend. You're welcome. So right now we got Glenn Griffiths in that GT 500 unleaded 88 car. Peter in the Benz. Wow, GT 500 on that unleaded 88 was really making up some ground. Look at that. 154.1 or 146. Up next, I got Michael Alexander and another Mustang Willie in the GTR. Good looking cars pulling up to the line. Yeah, so running that unleaded 88, clearly a performance advantage on top of environmental advantage. So definitely look into that. UNL88.com. Great looking vantage point. Don't go anywhere. We got a couple, actually 3 or 4 really fast cars coming up. Right now, Michael Alexander giving that GTR a workout. 154.4 for the Mustang. Willie 90.47. Up next, I got Jessica James and Jacob James. Jessica's in her Huracan. Jacob in the Audi R8. Hefner Performance in the house. Look at those two. That is a father-daughter team. Jessica, I'm not 100% sure how old she is. I think 18. Beautiful cars. They have a nice arsenal of coolness out here, as always. Jessica's not going to wait for Dad at all. She's like, peace out, Dad. Oh, she shut it down. Here comes Dad. What's that mile an hour going to look like? Jacob James in the R8. There you go, 208.72 miles an hour. He keeps going faster. Jessica James in the Huracan. Something came up, not sure what. If I know Hefner, he'll get it figured out, and they'll be back at it for some more. Great looking run there. She got a pretty good launch. 208.72 miles an hour. Hefner built Audi R8. Of course, on the bottom of the screen on the ticker tape there, you can see our fastest mile an hour thus far of today. We've got them kind of lined out there. You see Jacob James with the 208.72. It's already in there. We're going to load these two up right here. This is that Dodge Durango with the Hellcat motor. Does that make it a Hellrango? Or what? How does that work? Gabe in the ATS-V, been a best of 141.2. Micah in the Durango, been a best of 137.6. Great view there of our grid girls doing what they do. Great launch, and not the kind you eat. $139.9 to a 136 for the Durango. Now I got Chad Rusa in the Camaro coming up against Perry Rogers in his Corvette. Well, that's a Camaro, but there we go. So Chad in the Camaro, Perry in the C8. 138.8 for Perry in the C8, 141.1 for the Camaro. So there you go, advantage Camaro. Mile an hour, 138.1 to 138.8. Kent coming up in this Honda CBR 1000RR. Ben Stoner in his GT350R. A lot of R's in that. Lots. The guy on the phone's like, well, yeah, I've got a couple cars. We got a bike. I don't know. We got all kinds of stuff. We're out here at Indy Airstrip Attack. He's just telling all of his friends. That's what you saw there. Indiana Corn Marketing Council flag waving in the wind there. Like I said, the breeze is going the right direction. It is a tail-happy wind. Speaking of tail-happy, like a good run there. Mile an hour for both are coming up. Ben in the GT350R with a 177.17, new best for today. Kent in the CBR 1000, 142.99. We got Mark Brown in the Big Duke coming up. Beautiful bike. Like those camera views, brought to you by Revolution.com. $168.86. There you go. That's, I think, a new best for him. Yeah, it is. So good job there. Scott McIntosh in the Audi RS3. Hunter Sumner in the 19 Mustang. Been a best of 140.5 to a 154.5. Those RS3s definitely no slouch. I'm hearing rumors that English Racing is getting in the Audi install business. And for great reason. They're fast. Mile an hour for them. We got another fast pass coming up after this. 151.3 for the RS3. Mustang right there with a 140.1. So I got Sijin in the Lamborghini Gallardo, 2,000 horse. Been a best of 212.4. See it pulling up there. That's a bad beast. I do believe they're trying to get the Gallardo record. I don't know if that's going to be possible today. We're going to find out, though. Good car. Looks good and clean. Little bit of smoke off the back of that. Mile an hour coming up, 199.91. Up next, English Racing, Kevin Rudeen GTR. Here we go. Oh, he got out of it. Trying to harness all 2,500 horse of that beast. Definitely was on a boil too, 156 and change. Best today of 206. Just an FYI, that English Racing built GTR been a best of 244. That's 244 miles an hour. And that was piloted by none other than Remy Rudeen. There's that beautiful Ferrari Pista, Nick, in the 720S. Nick with a nice 172.4. Brandon with a 170.2 in that Ferrari Pista. Derek Downing, the CTSV. Michael Tucker in that GT500 going up to the launch pad right now. CTSV leaping out there. Nice run there. 167.47 to a 154.8. Now I got Scott Sheldon coming back in that GT500. Garrett Van Winkle in the Charger. Both have been both have been over 160, but Garrett with the best yet of 168. Mile an hour coming up, 172 for Garrett in the Charger. Scott for the, oh boy, I'm tongue twisted today. 155.8. Now I got Chris Tarleton in the Challenger Hellcat up against Tony Janko in that GT350R. He's going around the outside, all right. Mile an hour. 178.7 to a 135.6 on the Challenger. Now I got Greg Kitts and the Corvette up against the King. Mickey Noriasada in the English Racing Built GTR. Mickey's been over 200 at a different event. 195.06 best so far. Beautiful car. That's the first Farmers Bank and Trust Corvette. Another fantastic English Racing build over there. Mickey looks good. The King looks strong. Mile an hour coming up. 194.3 for Mickey. He was not mousing around there. Greg hasn't made it to the finish line yet. There he is. 148.8. Nicely done. Patrick Kennedy in the BMW 135i. Been a best of 158.5. David Webster in the Hellcat next to him. Been a best of 150.3. Could be a good race here. How do you like that vantage point? There they are, mile an hour. 157.4 for Patrick, 146.0 for Webster in the Hellcat. Matthew Marquise, BMW 328i, Elena in that Golf. Elena shut her down early. She was here last year, I believe, golfing. Hopefully she hits a hole-in-one. I wonder if it's powered by Unleaded 88. Elena looks like she's staying in it. There you go. Nice little BMW wagon coming up. Mile an hour is Elena with a 124.1. Matthew with a 134.2. Definitely not stock. Went really well there. Joe Dietrich in a Z06 coming up against Stephen Barry in an Audi R8. Great view of the launch pad there. Comes your mile an hour. It's coming up. 157.2 for Joe in the Vet. 142.5 for Steven in the Audi R8. There's your fuel right there, a whole field of it. Unleaded 88 beginnings, maybe Ignite Racing fuel. It's hard to say, but whatever. It's going to be great out here at Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Appreciate all their support. Got Raza in the M5, Slava in the M6. Here comes the M6, maybe? Oh, no, that's the M5. Raza. Mile an hour, 169.1. Must have got out of it there in the other BMW. Got a fast pass coming up. Mick Lay in that Camaro has already been a best of 195.2 right off that trailer, 2,000 horse. That's that red Camaro there. Got the Corvette Stingray next to that, been a best of 166.9. Trying to take a look, see what's going on the track. I'm not 100% positive it's out of my vantage point, but I can tell you that unleaded 88 is a clean-burning, high-octane, lower-cost fuel choice for virtually every vehicle on the road today, including a good percentage of the cars out here. Find unleaded 88 near you at unl88.com today. Looks fast. Definitely stayed in it. Mile an hour coming up. There it is. 198.6. Second pass off the trailer. Nicely done. Mick getting it out there. Trevor with a 168.2. New personal best for him, too. So cars are getting faster. I can feel the air temperature dropping, and the tailwind has kind of picked up. Look at this. 56 Chevrolet, the 210, I believe, coming up. That's Tom Brett's beautiful car. He's been a best of 189.5, 1,400 horse. Good run, mile an hour, 186.9. That car's never been under 184 since he pulled it out of the trailer. Congrats to Tom for that. Cork Sport, there they are, Mazda Speed, getting ready to lay down another fast pass. There for my hometown, Cork Sport is, and Barrett, the driver or pilot, if you will. Done a great job with this car. Looks like he might be going up against a Trackhawk. Little traction difference. Not sure if they're going to go against each other or... Guess we'll find out. We're looking here on the screen. Maybe next time. I guess Brandon Myers in the S10, Justin Nickel in the Cherokee. Look at that Advantage all-wheel drive launch. And the S10's not having any part of it, hanging right in there. I mean, it is an S10. Let's be real, that thing's fast. Got a little mistake there on their screen, but they'll get it figured out. So Justin did a 119 in the Cherokee. Brandon did a 121.0 in the S10. That's how that played out. Up next, I got David, looks like, in the Porsche. Julian in the Audi R8. That's the boss man himself out there on the starting line, Jason. Oh, that thing's gonna launch. Good run, mile an hour coming up. 197.5 for the Porsche. Julian's R8 with a 142.5. Coming up next, Corvette on Mopar action. Mark Bayless in the Hellcat, unleaded 88 Beast, been a best of 143.9. Mike in the ZR1, been a best of 174.1. Unleaded 88, just absolutely annihilating the tires, shredding them. Indy Garage in the house. Mark wasn't waiting for anybody on that pole. So sorted out 143.08 for Mark in the unleaded 88 Hellcat, 132.6 for Mike in the Corvette. Couple Mustangs coming up. Don't worry, it looks like we're close, but we're safe. Crowds are pretty far away. I think we'll be okay. Corey Combs in the Mustang GT, Robert Paxton in the GT 500 there. Lots of activity on the starting line. I like that view right there. That looks cool. Those at home can see that. Joining us at 1320.com. Corey Combs, 156.2. Robert Paxton, 151.0. Dennis Morgan coming up in a 15.06. Been a best of 168.5. Indiana Corn Marketing Council flag just whipping in the wind. Goes Dennis, beautiful run there. Mile an hour, 162.05. Of course, the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Unleaded 88 is the clean burning, high octane, 15% ethanol blend that is engine smart and earth kind. Find Unleaded 88 near you at unl88.com. Looks like we've got a couple fast cars coming up. That Nova SS been pretty good, 150.6 best. Tom Hunsaker and the Hellcat been a best of 155.7. Little new against old right there at the starting line. Some activity going on up there. Got Alina at the starting line. That is Indiana Corn Marketing Council and Unleaded 88 representation up there. Nice run, both of them. Mile an hour, 147.7 to a 145.3. Pretty close. New against old. Nicely done. That beautiful, well, it looks like we have two Lamborghinis potentially. Waiting for them to drop here. There we go. Aldo in the Lamborghini Huracan. David Perlman in his Huracan. 2,000 horse. David's been a best of 202.7. Aldo's been a best of 197.02. So pretty fast runs right here. Get ready. They're definitely both in it to win it. Mile an hour for both of them coming up. 199.8 to a 218.34. David Perlman. Nice mile an hour. That's a 16 mile an hour gain for him. Aldo with a 199.8. Missed the 200 mile an hour shirt by that much. That's all right. They're probably just sneaking into it. There's our Ducati. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that mile an hour didn't show up on my screen, so looks like I got Peter in his Mercedes E63 S AMG. Been a best of 150.1. Don't have the info sliding in on my queue, but that looks like, yep, Kemp in his RS7. Nice launch and pass. Mile an hour. 151.6 to a 148.5 for the AMG. We got Chad Redder coming up in that GTO. See it right there. What's not to like about better engine performance? Cleaner air and lower cost. I mean, really, right? Get all three when you fill up with Unleaded 88. Visit UNL88.com. Unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind, and it's just the right thing to do. I see Josh Kalis there. Pulling up to the line. Beautiful 69 Camaro. Josh with a ripping 169.6. Now we're going to get to Chad Redder in the GTO. Chad getting it done in the GTO. Mile an hour, 125.9. Little exotic car runoff here. Nick in his McLaren 720S. Been a best of 172.4. Gabriel, AMG GTS, been a best of 168.7. So not much separates these two mile an hour wise. Probably going to all depend on the launch. Advantage there anyway. Let's see if we can run him down. It was close. Mile an hour should be. Let's find out. 171.1 to 167.1, so relatively close. Kinda. All right. We got Patrick Kennedy coming up in that English Racing built GTR, 2200 horse, been a best of 223.21. There it is. It's nicknamed Redzilla. English Racing in the house. Wish Patrick well. It looks like it's on a good run. Mile an hour coming up. 226.93 miles an hour. What do you think about that? Woo! English Racing, Patrick Kennedy, getting it done. That's right. A lot of horsepower. That is a street car. Full air conditioning, radio, everything. Just run it out there. Kyle in the 350Z. Christopher in the fancy neon. That's what's on the starting line. 177.1 to a 147.9 that time around. Clinton coming back in his AMG GTS. Kevin Rudine in that Acura NSX, I think is what I'm seeing on my screen. Maybe not. Nope, I'm seeing Julian Bassler in the Huracan. Sometimes the numbers get transposed all goofy-like. Julian's made all kinds of runs all over, one at 135, but the rest all over 151. Clinton, let's see what he did mile an hour. It's not showing up on my screen for some reason. Zach. Oh, there it goes. Clinton with a 137.8. Zach coming up in that Neon SRT4. Spencer King in the Z06. That's what's pulling up to the launch pad right now. Looks like we got the Indiana Corn Marketing Council, Alina. Looking good there, Spencer King with a 152.2. Look at this, we got the unleaded 88 Tyler McGinney right there. Was a nice flag start by none other than Indiana Corn Marketing Council, Lena. Let's see what the mile an hour looks like. 149.6 to a 160.5. Not him in the M3 with the 160.5. Mark Bayless coming up in that Hellcat. Indy Garage. Been a best at 140, I want to say 144. That's what I'm seeing. You can kind of see all the cars in line there, waiting to go out. This right here is Todd Nall in the GT3 Porsche. Mike in the Corvette. Vengeance Racing. 200 miles an hour, probably side by side. Well, how did it play out? We're going to find out. Todd with a 196.4. There you go. Mike Stout with a 214.49. Woo! Vengeance Racing in the house. FP Performance in the house. Todd with a ripping 196.4. Mike with a 214.4. Gotta love it. Lots of cars waiting to get out there. We're going to Andrew in his Z06. Been a best of 157.4, it looks like. Coming up to the starting line. Ned Dunphy, Vengeance Racing. Boy, you're not going to want to miss this. 2,600 horsepower Viper coming up. There it is. You can see it at home. Ned's been a best of 224.55. That now makes him the second fastest English Racing Kennedy GTR. Here comes Vengeance Racing, Ned. What you gonna do? That looked good. Mile an hour coming up. 226.36 miles an hour for Ned. He's sneaking up on his goal of 230, that's for sure. Vengeance Racing in the house. Nicely done. Andrew in the Corvette next to him with a 155.1. We've got Raza now in the M5, Slava in the M6. call that the Hawk hold. So we're waiting for that little track car support vehicle to make it down to the end. Just, while we're sitting here with Indiana Corn Marketing Council on the line. They serve Indiana corn farmers that help create demand and broaden markets, opening opportunities down the road and across the globe for Indiana's corn farmers. Pretty great opportunity. She's going to light them off. Here we go. Two more great examples of how unleaded 88 works and how great it is right here. Put some power down on these BMWs. Mile an hour, 154.6 for Slava. David Robinson coming up in the 280Z, been a best of 175 and change, 800 horse in that beast. Andrew in the CTS-V, 1100 horse, been a best of 160.8. Uh-oh, a little smoke there. What's that going to look like? Not sure. Coming out of that CTS-V. Not sure if the camera got it or not. 177 for the 280Z, 142, and a little bit of smoky smoke. Yes, there's smoke out of this Cadillac.
What's this shit?
Lots of smoke. I definitely look at it. Gonna see if this actually let any fluids out on the runway. Obviously, a lot of smoke from the CTS-V. I don't think that was on purpose, so it's not a James Bond movie, so I'm thinking something might be up. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Car's been fast all weekend, so, or all day, I should say. Looks like they're going to pop the hood back there. You can see it off in the distance. I still see some smoke, so something's up. Hopefully it's nothing serious. We're going to get it looked at either way. Want to make sure everything's safe for the next grouping of cars. A little bit of insight here. Looks like the track, since they're off, we're going to let them go. Got the S10 right here. And a real fast Porsche that's been 204. Let's see how it goes. Right by the S10. Round the outside. Mile an hour. Coming up. Ryan in the Porsche. Not seeing a mile an hour coming up yet. S10 119.5. Not quite sure why that's not registering. Probably going to need to get that looked at. It looked like a fast pass too, so hopefully they can get that salvaged and figured out.
I need to adjust my setup. I've been trying to tell you guys that for like 10 minutes.
You can see the CTS-V right there, hood open. Not sure what's wrong with it, but something's up. Not just the hood. Hopefully it's nothing serious. I don't see a big line of fluid, so it could be as simple as Well, I don't know. So coming up next, we got Julian Bassler in the Nismo GTR, Chris Tarleton in the Challenger Hellcat. All right, Julian Bassler in the Nismo, Chris Tarleton, mile an hour coming up, 142.6 for Chris, 146.2 like they reversed it for Julian. John Gutierrez in the 370Z, Jason Burrow in the Hellcat. That's what you see pulling up to the line right there. Thanks for joining us. If you're watching us through 1320video.com, hopefully you're having a good time. Some fast cars out here. Here we go. Great vantage point from our good friends at revolution.com and jeffreyjhart.com. 143.4, 127.7 for John. Nice looking Porsche, and of course the unleaded 88 Mark Bayless Indy Garage Hellcat. Igor in the Turbo S, been a best of 197.0. See what he can pull off this time. Looks like a strong run. Mile an hour coming up, 194.05. Here comes in leaded 88's Indy Garage, 143.5. Up next, I got none other than the 69 Camaro Big Red RJ Gottlieb right off the trailer with a 214.4. You're definitely going to want to see that. There it is. TJ Falconer right up next to him. I wonder if he's looking over going, what? Here we go. That looked fast to me. Mile an hour coming up. RJ with... There it is, 215.21 miles an hour for RJ Gottlieb in Big Red. What do you think about that? And the crowd goes nuts here. I love it. 146.06 for TJ Falconer. I didn't want to forget him. He made a nice pass as well. But, I mean, it's Big Red with a big wing. You can't beat that. Now we got our very own Kyle Loftus coming up in his Audi R8. There's our guy right there, 1320 Kyle. He's the main man behind all the internet, car-related and whatnot. Big thanks to Kyle Loftus. Okay. Just ripped off a real fast pass. Mile an hour I haven't seen yet come up. Not sure why. Joseph Price was right next to him in the Kawasaki. So we might want to hold so we can get that mile an hour, because Kyle was on a ripper. All 1,320 horsepowers in that R8. Either way, there it is. 202.42 miles an hour for Kyle. Woo! Joseph right next to him with a 204.5 on the bike. Just wanted to recap that 1320 in the house. Ryan Hopkins in that Porsche 911 with a 152.4. Thomas, the S2000, we're waiting for him to finish. He's going to get there eventually. 109.2. Now I got Kevin Schmidt and the Mercedes, Peter and the other Mercedes. Here we go. Mercedes on Mercedes action. Kevin with the SL65, 600 horse, not probably using all of them. 118.0, Peter with a 151. Now we got Brandon in the GTR, been a best of 155.7. Sarah, 17 Mustang, been a best of 127. There you see him. How about that 1320 Kyle Loftus pass, huh? Getting it done. All right, so we got Brandon in the GTR, mile an hour, 153.9. Sarah in the Mustang coming up right now. Wait for it. Wait for it. That's okay. It should show up on my other screen. Definite maybe. Like 127.5. Tom in the R8 coming up, been a best of 200.8, 1,400 horse in that beast. Tim next to him, been a best of 178.4. Let's see what happens. Definitely threw down the gap sauce there. Mile an hour, 175.1 for Tim, 157.8 for Tom. Both beautiful Lambos. Ben Stoner coming up, GT350R up against 2,000 horsepower Gallardo. Been a best of 212.4 so far. He keeps going faster and faster. Here's the R8 of Tom's, Ben on the GT350R. Tom with 199.7. 178 for Ben in the Mustang. Not sure why they kicked out the other car, but either way, we got Sean in the Mustang GT. That's a Fox body. 1,000 horsepower, been a best of 91 miles an hour. Not sure what's up. Having some Fox body issues. I'm not sure what. He's back in it now, though. Okay, fine. The Fox body was going sideways. That was the issue. Bet he might. I think he bettered his mile an hour. There you go, 128.5. Not bad for 1,000 horse. Just saying. And I joke. All right. Up next, we got Monica Rudeen. It's from the English Racing and Rudeen Racing Camp in that McLaren. Beautiful car. She's been a best of 155.1. Such a good-looking car. $157.8. She's going faster, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Up next, we got the unleaded 88. BMW coming up, Tyler McGinnity, and then Jeremy Howell in that Mustang, 1,300 horse. Don't have a run on him just yet. There's unleaded 88 right there. Engine smart, earth kind. What else do you need? I mean, really. I can hear that Mustang coming. What's it gonna do? It's gonna beat the BMW flags is what it's going to do right at the end. Mile an hour, 182.1. That's fast for a Mustang. 150.1 for Tyler in the unleaded 88 BMW. Looks like we got a couple Corvettes popping up here. C5 and a C7. Tony Reed in the 03 Corvette. Been a best of 165.8 so far. Alan B. Beasley in the Z06 next to him, been a best of 152.9. Comes the mile an hour for these two. 164.05 to 147.0 for the 17. So the 03 was faster. Mark Brown in the Ducati coming up. Ransom in the Hayabusa. Stand there, a little mid-track wheelie, why not? Not going to catch the Hayabusa, not today. Mark Brown, 169.3 Ransom in that Hayabusa, 173.1. We got Julian Bassler coming up that Huracan against Brandon Myers, 98 S10, but it was 121.07. Coming up on these, 154.8 for Julian in the Huracan, 121.5 for the S10. Pretty crazy to think there's just a little bit of mile an hour separating those two, huh? We got Jessica James back out in the Huracan. Hefner Performance, looks like they got to look at it. Like a good, clean run for Jessica James, mile an hour coming up. 184.12, that one, getting back into it there. Sounded good when it went by. Rare in a Challenger, Ryan in a Mustang. Purple and yellow action going on there. It looks kind of cool together. 170.5 for Breyer and 165.4 for the Mustang. Now, looks like I got Julian Bassler's Nismo Raza in the M5. I'll go over our competition portion of this for everybody at home here in just a moment. You're going to want to hear this because it's close. Shout out to our cameraman for that angle shot. Raza ripping through there, 1100 horse, 170.07 to a 150.3 for Julian. Now I got Michael Alexander and Perry in the Corvette, Michael in the Mustang. Mustang's going to go all the way around the C8. Big mile an hour difference between the two, 156.8 to 139.4 for the C8. Brad Holloway coming up in that Chevrolet SS with the best 159.4. Mark Bayless in that unleaded 88 Indy Garage Hellcat with the best 144.9. Run for both of these. That Chevrolet SS is pretty fast. Mile an hour coming up, 144.6 for the unleaded 88.
That's good, that's good.
Hellcat, 159.5 for the SS. Looks Looks like I got Aldo in the Lamborghini, Brandon in the GTR. Here we go. .09. That did look fast to me. Woo! Aldo with his 200-mile-an-hour T-shirt for this event. Great job there. Brandon right next to him with 153.4. Now I got Ron in the Corvette, Rob in a Camaro. Rob's looking for that anything over 170 pass today. I'm looking for the Gringo Tegra. Where are you at? Fast Chevrolet product. Love that camera angle right there. Mile an hour. 170.33 for the Camaro. There you go. Corvette 159.8. Now it looks like I've got Peter in the Mercedes AMG, Todd Durham in the Huracan. Where's my Gringo Tegra? It's the all-wheel drive Integra that should. English Racing. Looked like a good run for both of them. Todd in the Huracan with a 157.1. Peter with a 149.1. Gotta say, it was pretty awesome to see my good friend Kyle Loftus' 1320 video out here in his R8 go over 200 miles an hour again. So that was really cool. Appreciate him coming out, and obviously all the support. Everybody that's watching 1320video.com, thank you so much. We got Josh in that Dodge Ram TRX, Greg in the ZL1. Crazy to see such a big truck going that fast, huh? That launch is brutal. 126 for the truck. Wow, definitely got some mile an hour out on that. Greg with a 153.9. Now I got our first Farmers Bank and Trust caddy out there against Mark Bayless Unleaded 88 Indy Garage. Of course, that's an ethanol-based unleaded 88 fueled Viper. Gotta love unleaded 88s. Clean burning, high octane, lower cost fuel choice for virtually every vehicle made, even a Viper. Just saying. Mile an hour, 133 for the Cadillac, First Farmers Trust and Bank. And Mark Bayless in the Viper, unleaded 88, 135.3. Now I got Travis in the Corvette Z06, Hunter in the Mustang. That's what you see coming up. Now, remember last time Travis had a little boo-boo and pulled over to the side, so let's see if he got that thing fixed. Hopefully it was just something simple. Looks like he's out there. Make sure everything's good. Definitely looks good right now. Definitely showed that Mustang who's boss. Mile an hour, 163.4. Hunter in the Mustang with a slower time than the Corvette. It's just not popping up on my screen, my bad. There's Mark Brown in that Ducati. Mark Brown this time around, 168.48. Looks like I got Eric in a Porsche 911. Been a best of 160.66. Going up against a Camaro. That's Steven Ulrich. Been a best of 152.6. Looks like they're waiting to get him started there. It's out of my vantage point. I can't really see if there's something going on in the big end. Maybe there is. Good Porsche run there, mile an hour coming up. Steven with a 160, well, Eric with a 162.5 in the Porsche, Steven with a 148.5 in the Camaro. Now I got Brandon coming back in that GTR, Tyler McGinnity in that 135 unleaded 88 BMW with yellow headlights. Can't miss that right there, unleaded 88. Engine Smart, Earth Kind, Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Love that wrap. That's got to be one of my favorites. Mile an hour for them. Brandon in the GTR 155.3, unleaded 88, 146.9. Coming up, looks like we got David Webster in the Hellcat, Challenger Chris in the Mustang. Lining them up. Here we go. David Webster, 146.2, 135.4 right there for Chris. Got Garrett Van Winkle and another Charger. Mark Bayless back in the Hellcat. I think he's hot lapping that unleaded 88. This just in, another English Racing GTR. The King is making a comeback. Get ready. Mark Bayless in that unleaded 88 Hellcat. Garrett Van Winkle right behind him. I think. Where did he go? I lost track of him. 141 for Mark. Garrett with the ripping 68.1. Just under the national speed limit. Nathan Campbell in the Mustang. Scott Sheldon in the GT500 Mustang. Scott's been a 160 to Nathan's 170. Off to a good start. The Mustang on Mustang action. Who's it going to be? The mighty GT500 or nope? The appetizer has been served. That's right. The 2019 Mustang 169 won to a 156 for the GT500. Up next, I got Julian Bassler and Todd Durham in a Huracan and Nismo combo. Greetings to my good friend Gerson. Hopefully I said that right. I know he's watching from home, so I just wanted to say howdy. How you doing? Right there we had Todd and that Huracan, Julian Bassler and that Nismo. As I wait for the mile an hour to load up on my screen eventually, which it's not. I've got Caden Moen in the 19 Camaro, Scott McIntosh in the Audi RS3. Might have a little timing thing kind of going on here, I'm not sure. Don't have my mile an hours going up. There's all your corn out here. Julian, and that last one was 145.6. Todd with a 149.8 there. Now I got Caden. We're a little behind on our screen, it looks as though. So I'm going to go to what I see. How about that? I don't want to get it wrong for everyone at home. Got Mark Bayless in the unleaded 88 Viper right there. Boom, can't miss it. It is running unleaded 88 ethanol blend. Beautiful car, Viper greens. That is Scott Swanson right next to him in the First Farmers Bank and Trust Cadillac. It's a drag race, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all the way to the end. Those are not the correct cars that are up on your screen. They are incorrect. But that is correct. Indiana Corn Marketing Council is #1. Just to run it out there. Look at that. Looks like we got that beautiful, I think it's a 75 Jeep up against a new Jeep. Stephen Bartholomew in the Trackhawk. Greg in the Cherokee. Look at that beast. Isn't that a beautiful Cherokee? Look at that thing. I've never seen a lowered one. Trackhawk with launch mode engaged. Let's see if Greg can put it together like he did last time and out mile an hour the new kid on the block. Woo! Both of them fast. 158.1 for the new Trackhawk, 164.8 for the old Cherokee. Gotta like that. Makes me wonder if he's running some of that awesome unleaded 88 because it sure likes to go fast on the big end. Brian Priest in the Camaro, 814 horse. That's what I have coming up. Tracy Nadeau in a 335 IS. Yep, that's what I see. Looks like we're back to square one. That's good. Pretty good launch for both of them. A little better for Tracy. Let's see what the Camaro can do. Out here, beautiful Marion, Indiana at the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. 144.9 for Tracy, 155.7 for Brian. Of course, it's been a fantastic afternoon. Great day of racing. Multiple, well over 200 mile an hour cars and runs. It's been a great event so far. If you're watching at home or here, you already know that. That's the guy who apparently sorted out hot water tanks. It's perfected anyway, so that's good. Beautiful car. That car's been fast too. I know we're on a hold pattern up there on the starting line. Not sure what is up, but something. So we'll get to all that here in just a little bit. But as we do sit and wait, kind of get a good vantage point of the starting line and whatnot there. A couple things here on the American Lung Association. American Lung Association recognizes clean burning biofuel as a clean air choice alternative for its ability to reduce tailpipe emissions and combat climate change. Make a clean air choice today. Choose high-octane renewable biofuel. Meantime, looks like we got a Corvette coming up to the front. That's Bill Regal. He's been a best so far with 1,200 horse, 192.2. See if he's going to let it eat. That looked like a fast run to me. Mile an hour for Bill coming up. 187.89. It's plenty fast in my book. Way faster than my rental car. Kip Cunningham, that Audi RS7 coming back. Been a best of 150.2 so far. There it is right there. Looks like he's going to go up against a Mustang of some type. Hard to see from my vantage point. There you go. Michael Tucker in the GT500. Been a best of 156.4.
Little bitch. Whiny bitch.
A late start there, but nonetheless fast. Let's find out. 153 for Michael Tucker. 152. Look at that. It was close for the RS7. Up next, it looks like I got John in the CBR 1000RR. A lot of R's in that. And up next, Tony Janko in the GT350R. So many R's, I barely know what to do with myself. Are you ready?
A Red Bull.
Looks like Tony's going to go first all by himself on a solo pass. Look like a good one, too. Mile an hour coming up. 184.2. That is a new personal best for him today. Just want to thank everyone that's here at the event. Appreciate all your support here. Of course, everyone at home, thank you for watching. It's been, like I said, a great day of racing. We have more coming right now. Big thanks and shout out to all of our friends at watching on 1320video.com, revolution.com, chefsector.com, GTA, Global Time Attack. Pretty excited to join forces with them. They've been doing a great job helping us out. We got Nick Kozul coming up, McLaren 720S, been a best of 172.4. Eugene McAllister, been a best of 163.9. Of course, there's no way we could do any of this without the Indiana Corn Marketing Council and Unleaded 88 and the First Farmers Bank and Trust. Obviously, always appreciate their support. Kind of get a great vantage point there. All the cars waiting to get out. I know there's some fast stuff coming up because I see all the chase vehicles are heading down to the finish line, so something cool is about ready to happen, I feel. I know we're coming up on our 4 o'clock deadline for competition cutoff, and I'll get to that here in a minute. You're not going to want to miss that. Oh my goodness. there goes Nick in the McLaren. Here comes Eugene. 173.1 for Nick in the McLaren. Eugene just crossing now in the 335i with a 163, so definitely made up some speed difference. Daniel Bartram in the Huracan going up against Gary Ott in the Aventador. Aren't those beautiful cars? Woo! Lining them up. Here comes Daniel. Waiting for the Aventador. They were doing some photo opportunities, it looked like. There he is. It's Gary in the Aventador. Daniel went through the traps. Let's see what his mile an hour is. 152.3. Gary. With a 155.8. Oh, here we go. We got the Gringo Tegra Miles, the myth man himself, all-wheel drive Integra. He told me on the plane ride, he said it's either going to go fast or it's going to brake. Well, we're going to find out which one it's going to be. Although it is all-wheel drive right now, it is your current front-wheel drive record holder at 213.9 miles an hour. Let's hear it for English Racing. Great view right there. It looks fast. What's that mile an hour going to be? Pulled the chute. Check it out. Mile an hour coming up. 215.62 miles an hour. Woo! English Racing in the house. Oh my goodness. That is a new personal best for that car. Oh, he's going to be thrilled for that. Congratulations, Miles Gringo Tegra. It's Julian Bassler and Patrick Kennedy right there. Here we go. English Racing in the house. Here's Kevin Rudine in the English Racing built GTR. This thing's been a best of 244. Let's see what it'll do today. It looks fast. He's staying in it. Mile an hour coming up. 229.94 miles an hour. English Racing in the house. What do you think about that? Boom. Back-to-back English Racing wicked runs. Gotta like that. Connor Kennedy coming up in that BMW. AJ Rodman in that GT500. GT500's on a good run here, too. Mile an hour, that looked fast to me. Let's see what he did. 160.89. Connor just going through the flags right now at a 145.11. Now I got Mark Bayless in the unleaded 88 Hellcat coming back against Garrett Van Winkle in the Charger. Oh, that unleaded 88 power making it to the ground. Nicely done, both of them. Mark Bayless with a 143 to Van Winkle's 172-1. Unleaded 88 still in the house. Tyler McGinnity in this BMW 135. Julian Bassler in the Nismo right next to him there. That's not Julian Bassler, just throwing it out there. That's Kyle Loftus. That's our own 1320 Kyle Loftus. Look at that. Been over 200 miles an hour today already. 1,320 horsepower. No coincidence. If you're watching the 1320 stream, there's your president right there. Kyle Loftus, 1320video.com. He might be waiting for, oh, look at this. He might be waiting for somebody. This could be good. That looks like that's going to be the king himself. Let's see if I can't quite see it. Yep, that is Mickey Noriasada in the English Racing Built GTR. Mickey's been a best of 195. Kyle 1320's been a best of 202. Oh boy, what's it gonna do? This is our guy. If you're watching on 1320video.com, this is your guy right here in the Audi R8. That's the king next to him in the GTR. Great runs by both of them. Mile an hour coming up. Kyle with a 161. There's Mickey the King, 200.45 miles an hour. English Racing back in the house again. 3 in a row. Good job, guys. Looks like Kyle might have shut her down a little early. Let's see what we got here. Tyler McGinnity there in the unleaded 88 BMW. Julian Bassler in the Nismo. All right. We got Ryan Scholler and Spencer King up next. Sorry, all this excitement going on. I promised some fast cars, though, huh? Mile an hour coming up. Ryan with a, wait for it, 153 for Spencer, 137.9 for Ryan. Now I got John coming up in a Hellcat Red Eye Slava in the BMW M6. That's what you see on the line there. Another unleaded 88 is great car. Here you go. That's a good race right there. That was John in the Hellcat Red Eye, Slava in the M6. Mile an hour, 158 for Slava, 168 for the Hellcat. Now we got Jessica James up against Jeremy Reed. Jessica in the Hefner built Lamborghini. Jeremy Reed in that beautiful Synergy Green Camaro. Just waiting to see kind of what's going on here. I think there might have been something that, there you go, clean up on the track. That's what I heard too. So sounds like an inner fender well might have popped out. That's a great time to go over some of the cool competition stuff. So there's actually a competition that goes on where you basically you have to make 3 runs throughout the day, right? So you're going to take, of each class, let's say all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, you're going to take the first 4, and then that goes to the next 2, and then obviously that runoff at the end in the finals, which is coming up, I believe, relatively soon. I'll get a little more information on that, but it's a pretty cool deal. There's a lot of cars that'll be side by side, 200 plus miles an hour, which is pretty cool on the big end. So you're not going to want to miss that. Somebody lost an inner fender liner or something. On the line, you can see we have Jessica James in that Hefner-built Huracan. She's been a best today, a 198.4. Been doing a great job out there. Jessica's part of a father-daughter team, and always great to see them out at these events. Jeremy Reed, that beautiful Synergy Green Camaro. It's been a best of 138.5. Beautiful car. Don't see a lot of Synergy Green Camaros like that, so one of the things I can definitely say today, as it's been amazing, is want to thank the city of Marion, Indiana, for hosting us. We've been doing this for quite a few years and couldn't do it without them. And of course, Unleaded 88 and the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. It doesn't get any cooler than them. So it looks like we're getting the nod to maybe go green here pretty quick. And if that's the case, the Camaro's going the wrong direction. Just saying. He's going backwards. We want to go forward. There you go. Must have scared our camera guy. Whoa, Nelly. Here comes Jessica James in the Lamborghini. Nice run for both of them. Mile an hour coming up. Jessica James with a 184.3. Jeremy Reed with a 136.8 on that one. Right there you can see we've got beautiful S2000 and Camaro. Corvette. Or 2 behind them. Those of us joining on 1320 video, I don't know if you saw the owner of 1320 video, Kyle Loftus, in his R8 that makes, ready for it, 1,320 horsepower. He just made a really fast run, as always. Been over 200 miles an hour multiple times in that car. Just had a 1320. Kyle Loftus had a great ice cream cruise for a good cause. Last weekend, I know I saw Jacob and Jessica James out there. Maybe a few others, I don't know, but great cause. Always appreciate everything Kyle does for motorsports at 1320. And obviously, if you're watching on 1320, well, guess what? If it wasn't for Kyle, you wouldn't be watching, right? So, big shout out and thanks to Kyle for that. Got Jennifer Harper in the Camaro, Andrew in the Corvette. .160.2 for Jennifer Harper, 155 for the Corvette. Jennifer on the sneaky. Thomas Dronsky in the S2000 I was talking about. John Moore in the Corvette Z06. There you go. Great view right there from the starting line. You can see the Indiana Corn Marketing Council flags, shift sector flags, one of the grid girls. Of course, top speed of the event vote so far is Kevin Radine in the in the English Racing built GTR. Just made a bad fast run. It's close. Top mile an hour. You see it going on the bottom of the screen there. Mile an hour for these two, 154 to Thomas's 120. It looks like he sped up a little with that 200 horse, made use of all of them. That was good. Buddy Schultz in this Camaro. This thing is wicked. Hannah Schultz in another Camaro. I kind of think maybe they're related. Great job for sure. jumped. Might want to get that looked at. Something's definitely not quite right with the one closest to us here, Buddies. 150.7 though for Hannah. Buddies shut her down, 74.4, obviously. Way faster there. Ryan Hopkins in the 911, been a best of 154.8. Zach Moore, ZL1, been a best of 151 and change. Looks like we're gearing up for maybe a nice interview with Jay and Ron Moen from Vengeance Racing. Kind of excited to hear that. I'll be handing it over to him soon. Vengeance Racing always comes to play, and boy, they are definitely hard to beat. Huh, Ron? Ryan out there in the 911, we're waiting for him. Zach, ZL1. Ryan's going to go around the outside. Good run for both of them. Mile an hour coming up. 153.9 for Ryan. Zach. Not sure why it's not showing up on my screen. Willie in the GTR, Chris in the Challenger Hellcat. Good launch there. Looks like he's going to stay in it to win it. Coming up, 144 for Chris. Willie with a mystery mile an hour. 1 zillion miles an hour. Looks like I got Tim Hopkins in the Huracan, Seth Moore in the Camaro. That's what I see on the launch pad right now. Tim right there in the Huracan, nice and spicy run. Mile an hour's not showing up on my screen for these, FYI. 154.7 for Seth. Got Mark Brown and the Ducati coming back in the 720S. There you go. Beautiful McLaren. Looks like the Ducati might have turn it down a little early, maybe. All right, I'm going to send it over to my good friend Jay Barry, Ignite Racing Fuel. He's got another one of my really good friends. That's Ron Moen. He's definitely one of the best Vengeance Racing. Over to you.
Ron, we're excited to have you out here bringing your Vengeance crew, but I'm kind of confused. Your car just went by and you're not in it.
You know, that's my son's car, actually. We flew over to Ohio yesterday and surprised him with a 2019 ZL1 1LE and drove it over here today, and we just made a side-by-side pass a few minutes ago, and I tossed him the keys and said, go have fun. So he's about to get his first solo run in.
So how's that feel? I mean, after all these years building cars for other people, to see your son actually come out here and race, how's that make you feel?
You know, it's really cool. Good bonding moment, father and son, absolutely. Just seeing him have the same excitement that I do and seeing some of that passion in his eyes. You know, on the same token, it makes me realize I'm a father because I get a little nervous for him, you know, trying to coach him up and tell him the right things to do and all that because, well, hell, you know me, I make it look easy. So making sure that he doesn't get out there and get as cocky as me on his first hit, but it's damn sure a good feeling.
Well, cool. We really appreciate you coming. You've been to events kind of all over the country. How's this stack up to other events you've been to?
Shift Sector is one of the premier events we come to, absolutely, especially Indy. We love this event. Good weather, excellent track, excellent traction at the track, and just a hell of a good time. I'm really excited this year. We've got a spectator turnout here to watch us. You know, you're definitely out in the country, but when you show up and see the size of the crowd here, you think you're downtown Atlanta. So it's a great event.
Well, Ron, we appreciate you bringing everybody from Atlanta out here, doing a lot of great things in the sport, you know, pushing the level, breaking records. Thank you very much, Ron.
All right, great job as always, Jay. Thank you very much. Ron Moen, thanks for the interview. Appreciate you guys being out here and bringing all the cool stuff. Continued good luck for the weekend, sir. Got Ben Stoner and Glenn Griffiths right here in a GT500 and a GT350R. Unleaded 88 in the GT500. 178.6 for Ben. Unleaded 88 GT500 looks like it's 128.6. Brendan Castro, 16 Hellcat, up against Chad Redder in that GTO. right, looks like we got First Farmers Bank and Trust. Out there in the Cadillac. Gotta like that. 124.2 for the First Farmer Bank and Trust. Not sure what happened on the big end. It's out of my sight. We're going to see if we can get a... Looks like we got a blown up motor and something. Looks like maybe the ZR1 with a 166. He's definitely got some problems there. You can see all the smoke. Can see him pull over there. We'll definitely get the track looked at. Something's definitely not right. Of course, taking up the tail end right there is all the Indiana corn. Gotta like that. That's all fuel the way I'm looking at it. Got my good friends out there. The First Farmers Bank and Trust. They're going to sneak on by, make sure the car's not on fire. He's getting out right now. You can kind of see it. He's like, I'm going to go wide on that guy. Looks like the smoke stopped, so hopefully it's nothing serious. Maybe just like a oil line came off, or he's looking at it like, what the heck was that? I just went 166 miles an hour. What's up? Been fast too. That Corvette's been a 174.1. As a good neighbor would be. First Farmers Bank and Trust stopping to lend a helping hand. Let's hear it for First Farmers Bank and Trust for making sure everybody's good. That's awfully nice. Might be out of some of your vantage point, but still. Looks like everybody's okay. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I ran. So we'll kind of see what's going on here. It looks like he's going to get a tow and some help. Big shout out to our Casey's convenience store. You can fill up with unleaded 88 at your local Casey's and grab a delicious slice of pizza and some ice cold beverages while you're there. Casey's is a proud supporter of biofuels and glad to be the local convenience store for the Indy Airstrip attack. How cool is that? Looking there on your screen, you can kind of check it out and see we got something definitely going on. Looks like can't really quite tell from, I don't see it like a stream of fluid or anything, so maybe it's fixable. I don't know. I'm wrong. There must be something, or he wouldn't be laying down the kitty litter. The oil dry, if you will. So we're definitely going to want to get that looked at. So in the meantime, we're going to close out our Facebook live streams just while we get this tidied up. We'll be back for the finals. If you're watching us on 1320, we're going to stay live on YouTube. So see you soon on the Facebook live streams, about 10 minutes or so. And if you're on YouTube, then we're going to continue live. So back to what you see if you're following us on YouTube. We had a ZR1 that something happened, I'm not exactly sure what, but lots of smoke from the back. I saw him pour some oil dry, so I'm not sure how bad or how good it is. Hopefully nothing serious. Beautiful car. Looks like we're going to go to green racing here soon. Meanwhile, it's going to get a little tow. Nice looking car too. Sad to see that happen. Hopefully it's something serious. If you're with us on YouTube, going to go right back to the starting line here. Looks like I got Stephen Barry in an R8. Slava in the M6. Looks like he's going to make a solo pass. Both of them. Stephen Barry's going to make a solo pass there. Gonna zoom back over there. There we go. Slava in the M6. We got a S10 there, James. Been a best of 187.2. That thing is no joke. Looks like we're going to have to tow somebody right off the starting line. That's never good. That's why there was a little confusion at the beginning. So we're going to give that a little tow. It's just a big tow game at this point. We're in the tow races. Who's going to go faster and with what strap, right? So not to worry. I got plenty of things to talk about. Don't you worry at all. I got you. Here we go. You ready for this? Hang on to your shorts. We got the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Guess what? You can now fill up with fuel that's great for your engine, great for your environment, and great for your wallet. Boy, I tell you, that sounds like a good time to me. Unleaded 88 is engine smart, earth kind. Find Unleaded 88 near you at unl88.com. Looks like we're still kind of doing some stuff, some shifting there. Looks like we're going to go green. Here we go. That S10 is moving. Nice run there. Mile an hour coming up for them. 186.4 for the S10 of James. Slava not really getting a mile an hour on them. There it is, 152.7. Got a nice looking Mustang. Corey Combs coming up to the line again. 159.2 best so far. What is that coming? What is that wrap? Is that Cookie Monster? That's Cookie Monster. That's right. And here comes the Cookie Monster. I think I nicknamed him that last year, as I recall. He definitely took that seriously. Got a Cookie Monster wrap. Looks cool, too. I really like it, Corey. Mile an hour coming up. 160.03. Now I got a couple more Julian Bassler's cars. Looks like I got the Nismo and the Huracan coming up. We just saw a nice run by the Cookie Monster. $153.4 to a 147.8. Not too shabba-doo. Got a GT500, looks like going up against a Hellcat. Wayne in the GT350. Definitely was a Shelby. I knew something was something. Dodge Hellcat right there. Been a best of 145.1. Both pretty close on mile an hour. Mile an hour coming up on these two. 143.4 for Jason, 140.3 for Wayne. Nicely done there. Now I got Peter in this E63 AMG. Beautiful synergy green Camaro. Color really looks good on that car. I like it. That's Jeremy Reed in the Camaro SS. Peter in the Benz. He's even got his calipers color matched. Great shot right there. There goes the Cookie Monster. I love it. All kinds of fun things to see out here. Peter's going to make it to the finish line first. Mile an hour coming up. 148.1. Jeremy with a 134.4. Now I got Monica Rudine coming back in that McLaren 570. Of course, that's Rudine Racing. Camaro SS next to it, 143.9 best. See if Monica's got that covered. She keeps going faster. Here comes Monica. Mile an hour coming up on this. Monica with a 157.2. Brandon with a 144.2. Buddy Schultz going up against Hannah Schultz. I'm pretty sure they're related. 2,000 horsepower in Buddy's, 650 in Hannah's. Buddy's already been a 198.7 right off the trailer. That's Hannah's, I believe. Oh, man, here comes Buddy around the outside. Full sneaky dee-dee-doo. 200 yet? Let's see. There it is. Buddy with a 202.52 miles an hour. He's going to be happy with that. Hannah, no slouch either there with a 150.3. Gotta like that. Joseph Price coming up that Kawasaki H2 against Mark Brown. A couple bikes. Getting down. Mark Brown. I don't know if you saw that at home, but he got a little squirrely. Mile an hour, looks strong. What's it going to be? That looked fast. There it is, 206.52 miles an hour. Woo! On two wheels, no less. 161.1 for Mark Brown next to him. Travis Boaz in a Z06. John in a CBR 1000R. That's what you see right there. Travis trying to get another good pass in. Mile an hour coming up. 158.5 for John, 163 for Travis. Got Barrett coming up with that Mazda Speed 3. He's been a best of 149.9. Going up against Brandon, that beautiful Ferrari. Mazda against Ferrari. There's something you don't see every day. Not very often you see a Mazda up against a Ferrari. The mile an hour difference wasn't all that much on their best ofs. 171.2 for the Ferrari. Barrett with a 143.7. Now I got David Perlman, 2,000 horsepower. He's been a best of 218. Gary Ott right next to him in that Lamborghini Aventador. Huracan's been faster at 218.3. So let's see what happens here. It could be a really fast run. Great camera shot. definitely stayed in it. Mile an hour coming up. 218.45 miles an hour. He definitely went faster that time around, just by a little bit, but that's something. Gary Ott in the Aventador with a 146.9. Brian Priest in the Camaro coming up. See what they got. We got an Audi R8 for sure and a Camaro. Audi R8's getting it done. That's a good mile an hour. What's that going to look like? 199.38 miles an hour. There you go. We got America right there running unleaded 88 on a German car with yellow headlights. Gotta like it. Unleaded 88 ethanol in the house. That's Tyler McGinnity in that BMW. Todd Durham in the Huracan next to him. You can tell right out of the gate that a lot of these cars are running on ethanol content, unleaded 88, maybe some Ignite racing fuel, but definitely can tell that many of these cars are running on blended fuel for good reason. The results are at the bottom of your screen there. So Josh Kalis back in a 69 Camaro, Caden Moen in the Camaro. Let's see what happens here. New against old, old against new. Some of the most beautiful 69 Camaros in existence in my eyes out here. Kalis throwing down some big power there mid-track. That car's been over 190 plus. Just throwing it out there. 188 or 177.58 that time. 145.6 for Caden. Got a couple bikes. John DiAgostino coming up that ZX14R. Been a best of 166.9. Dustin in the H2. Been a best of 180.8. Pretty close. Definitely a good drag race. Mile an hour coming up. 174.7 for John. 181.7. They got a little squirrely. Both of them did the best times they've done all day, so that was great. We definitely know this green Viper right here is running unleaded 88. That's Mark from Indy Garage. Next to him, it looks like he's got Andrew in the Z06. Unleaded 88 fuels that Viper with fangs. It's green. Look at that. The unleaded 88 sticker right there. From Indy Garage. Good vantage point. Unleaded 88 all the way to the end. That car has been wicked consistent all weekend. 135.9, 155.9 there for the Z06. Now I got Jeremy Howell in the Mustang, Seth Moore in a Camaro. That Mustang has some big snort on the top. Mile an hour, wow. Coming up, 184.2 best for them so far, 156.3 for the Camaro. You see that thing come alive? Woo! Now we got a little S10. Brandon Myers up against Ryan Hopkins in the 911. Ryan's been a best of 154. S10's been a best of 121 and change. It's a sure bet one of those two is running ethanol type fuel, probably grown right in the ground out here in beautiful Marion, Indiana. Porsche made easy work of the S10, but I mean, it's still an S10. 154.3. To 120.9. 120.9 for the S10. Unleaded 88 right there. Zach Moore and Robert Paxton. I wonder how many unleaded 88 cars will be in the finals. That's the question, right? Probably going to be plenty. 144.1 Zach, 147 for Robert Paxton. Now we got Julian Bassler again in a Huracan. Stephen Barry in that R8. Beautiful cars. Great arm drop by one of our grid girls. Julian in the Huracan making up some ground there. Mile an hour coming up. 154.6. Steven to a 143.5. Now I got Tim Hopkins in his Huracan, been a best of 182.4. Corbin Johnson, the GT500, been a best of 179.9. So these two are actually closer than you would think. Look at all that frontal grille opening in that GT500. Look how sleek the Lambo looks compared. Both of them are very close in mile an hour. Looking at the horsepower here, it's within 200. Does look like the Mustang might try to catch him. Definitely closing that gap. What's it going to do? Right at the end, I bet the mile an hour is going to be real close. 180.14, 175.5 for the Lambo. Mustang mile an hour advantage. Now I got Tracy Nadeau in that 335 IS. Stephen Bartholomew in the Trackhawk. Trackhawk's been 158.1. You see it right there in the screen. Probably running some type of ethanol content, I would think. Unleaded 88. Ripped right through the traps there. 157.9 for Steven, 152.7 for Tracy. Still plenty fast. Peter coming up with a Mercedes Thomas in that S2000 is what I see on my screen. It's not what I see on my live stream screen, but it's what I see on sure what's going on there, but hopefully in the production trailer they can hear me. Mile an hour coming up here for Peter in the Mercedes. Thomas, of course, hanging it out in that S2000. 150.2 for Mercedes. 119 for Thomas in that S2000. Sarah Bolin coming up in the Mustang GT. Briar Madden in the Challenger Hellcat. Challenger makes 1,000 horsepower. Pretty good deal right there. Sarah Bolin just went through the traps. Briar with a 168.8, 132.3 for Sarah. Then it looks like up next we got Patrick Kennedy in the 135i. Got a nice recap. Want to watch this Trackhawk do this really cool pop launch. Take a look at your screen right now. You're going to see it. We're replaying. This is a replay. Probably running some type of watch this Trackhawk launch. I would think. Unleaded 88. You see that thing squat, hop, and then take off again? Pretty cool, just saying. Right there, that is Kevin Rudeen, mile an hour coming up for him. Is it going to be big? 239.87 miles an hour. What do you think about that? English Racing in the house. Kevin Rudeen piloting that beast at 239.87 miles an hour, and your new top speed of the day. Woo! All right, that was pretty wild. Hopefully you saw that at home. Obviously everybody saw it here. That was, you couldn't have helped. You could definitely hear that one. Woo! That got my blood pumping. Connor Kennedy and John Moore in that BMW, and then of course John in the Z06. Pretty good run there. 153.4 to 142.4. Look at the bottom of your screen there. We got a new top mile an hour. Looks like we got, there's an interesting race here. We got a Fox body up against an M5, I believe. 1,000 horsepower supposed in the Fox body. Mustang. I haven't seen it do over 130 miles an hour yet, but who knows? It sure looks like it should be able to do that. Oh, well, he was heading for the crowd. Good save. He's staying in it. That was a little spookity. He was heading straight for the crowd. You can't even make that up. But he definitely improved his mile an hour. That's no joke. 164.77, 162.2 to Raza in the M5. So congrats to Sean for holding it out and getting it reeled back in. Nicely done. Lon Burling in the Corvette coming up. He's been fast too. I see we got our unleaded 88 Viper coming back. There it is right there. Indy Garage. My main man Mark out there getting it done in the unleaded 88 Viper. Looks like we're going to get right to our finals here in a moment. Sounds like it's going to be our NA finals. right after this unleaded 88 Viper. Let's see what kind of mile an hour that unleaded 88 juice can do. $121 for the S10, $135 for the unleaded 88 Viper of Indy Garage. Now we got a bike and a, looks like a BMW wagon. Ransom Holbrook in this Hayabusa. Been a best in 177.1. Matthew in the 328i. Been a best in 134.2.
Oh, God.
He's running that Ignite racing fuel. Ignite racing fuel, obviously ethanol blended. Some of the best in that Hayabusa, proven right there, 174.8. Gotta like that. Pretty fast, Matthew. Looks like I'm looking for that mile an hour. Looks like you're joining us back here. Didn't know they were coming over to me. 139.8. Hi, everybody. How you doing? We're out here in beautiful Marion, Indiana. Getting ready for our finals. It looks like our first one's going to come up here soon. But before that, it looks like I got Kyle Loftus potentially, huh? Let me see. I do. There goes Kyle, 13:20. He is on a run. Let's see what he does mile an hour. He's been over 200 before, so no slouch there. What did he do this time? 186.1, 169.5 for Garrett in that Charger. That Charger makes 1,000 as well, so it's the same Kyle from 13:20. That's the same Kyle from 13:20 that you're actually watching us on right now. In some cases, if you are, that is why. Appreciate that. Right now I got Stephen Barry coming up against Corbin Johnson, that GT500. Then we're going to get on to a final, sounds like. Corbin Johnson coming around the outside, looked like mile an hour. 176 for Corbin in the Mustang, 142.6 for the R8. Now it looks like we've got our manual finals, is my understanding. Todd Nall up against the 76 280Z. Todd's been 201.5, 177.2. Remember, it's top mile an hour wins. There you go, Big Todd out there doing it again. Mile an hour coming up. There it is, 204.73. Todd left it all out there on the track. Nicely done, Todd. There's your winner. David with a 177.2. Now we got our NA class finals. Michael Rieger in his 08 Corvette. Lon Burling in his Corvette. This is naturally aspirated finals. Only 1 mile an hour separates these two. And remember, mile an hour is what's going to win, not who gets there first. Sometimes it's the same, but I'm just throwing it out there. Da Grip. Or Das Gap. Something just let go, I think, on the Gap-atizer. So that's going to make a, looks like Lon's going to go in. No, that's Michael Rieger for a 161.9 and the win. Lon, something happened there. Well, I'd say he got Gap that time. And that's too bad. That's a nice car. But Michael Rieger for the NA Finals win. Congratulations there. Not sure how they had that all factored in. So let me get some of this stuff sorted out while we do get this car off the track. I don't know what broke. Hopefully nothing serious. He's been bad fast all day. Pretty consistent too. So we'll get that 10 to 2 for our finals. That was our NA finals. So we've done a couple. We have more coming up, obviously. Did you know you can fill up with a fuel that's great for your engine, great for the environment, and great for your wallet? Oh, that sounds like a good time to me. I like the sound of that. Unleaded 88 is engine smart and earth kind. Find Unleaded 88 near you at unl88.com. Well, look at that. That's great news. It looks like he's moving under his own power. So I'm not sure what happened, but I'm glad it wasn't anything serious. Just doesn't look like there's any oil on the track. He's got a whole arsenal. Looks like he's running away from tow trucks, kind of, sort of, if you can see that on your screen. I'm just glad that it was nothing too serious. That's great. Always good when you can drive it off the track and in the trailer. Good sign there. So excellent to hear that. Now, what's our next finals? Well, I'm going to tell you here in just a moment. As soon as I find it, you can see right there our finalist winners are lining up over there. These finals are always a little difficult to get it all jockeyed around, make sure everybody's in the same spot where they need to be. It's never easy because there's a lot of commotion, a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, cars need, at this level, a lot of them need attention in between runs, so sometimes it's tough to get them sorted out. Looks like I got James Richard and a Camaro, Joe Dietrich in a Z06. I don't know if this is one of our finals or not. Somebody confirm for me, please. Either way, it looked like a good race to me. 160.106 to 156.7. Now it looks like I got Ryan in that 911 Turbo. He's been a best of 216.66. So we got Ryan in the 911 Turbo, Steven Ulrich in that ZL1, 216. Do you think the Porsche will catch him? Looks like he pulled out of the power for sure. That was Steven Ulrich in that ZL1. Great job there. Mile an hour coming up. 108 for the Porsche, 147.4. Now we got Patrick Kennedy in the GTR. Been a best of 226.9. English Racing built. Derek Downing in the CTS-V. That is a 100% street car GTR. I don't know a lot about the CTS-V, but it looks bad fast to me. It has been a best of 169.9. Good looking CTSV. Here comes Patrick Kennedy in the GTR. English Racing built. Here we go. Mile an hour for these two. 168.9 for the CTSV. 222.22 for Patrick. Nicely done. Got some cars lining up for the finals here. That's our top two, obviously, in many cases that you're looking at there on the screen. Here's our starting line. We got Hunter Sumner and Tony Janko. A couple Mustangs. Tony in that GT350R, it's got some bite. Nicely done there. Mile an hour for Tony, 174. Hunter with a 139.7. So we kind of gear up and wind down here, at least on the finals. We're going all the way to, I believe, 5. So Glenn Griffiths in the GT500. Peter in the Mercedes E63 AMG. What you see right there to start. That's an unleaded 88 car. Just throwing that out there. Beautiful shot there, the unleaded 88 GT500. Peter in the Mercedes with the little stretch out gappage. 147.4 to 148.5 for Glenn in that GT500. Unleaded 88 beast. Caden Moen in that Camaro coming up. It's been a best of 145.6. Definitely got it done with 650 horse. Andrew in the Z06 coming up. Been a best of 157.4. So right there, we got Andrew, the 157, and with a, well, there we go, Caden with the 147, Andrew with the 157. We got the king, Mickey Noriasada, in that English Racing built GTR, coming up to the line right there up against Brandon Myers in that S10. Mickey's not mousing around. He's already been 200.45. I know Mickey's looking for a 205, 208, somewhere in there. Great shot right through the glass there. Come on, Mickey, go, 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 Mickey, go. Mile an hour coming up. 202.70, fastest for Mickey of the day. Congratulations, English Racing, once again. Brandon Myers with a 122.2. That little truck's been consistent all day. Congratulations to him as well. Mickey Noriasada, the king. Brad Holloway coming up in that 14 Chevrolet SS. Julian Bassler, that Huracan. Julian's made like 8 bazillion passes in all of those cars. All of them are stunning, by the way, just throwing that out there. Bit of best of 154.8 in the Huracan. SS, bit of best 159.7. A lot closer than I would have thought it was going to be. I will say that. Mile an hour coming up. 160.03 and a new best for Brad in the SS. 155.3. Now it looks like, let's see here. They keep moving around my screen. So I got the Cookie Monster, Corey Combs, 700 horse, been a best of 160.0, up against Steven in his Corvette, been a best of 164.0. Cookie Monster's gonna try to chew him all the way to the finish. Reeled him in. It looks like mile an hour coming up, both of them. 157.5 to 162.5. Almost got it done, but not quite. Oh boy, we got Vengeance Racing coming back in the Corvette. That's Mike Stout. 2:15.8 best so far. That is your fastest C7 Corvette in the world. Quarter mile and half, I believe. Specifically C7. Looks like he's going to go up against Mark in that unleaded 88 Hellcat. This would be good right here. Here comes Vengeance Racing. Oh, he is definitely on the power. What's that mile an hour going to look like? Whoa! Vengeance Racing in the house. Mike Stout, mile an hour. That looked huge. 216.45 miles an hour. Wow. 136.4 for the unleaded 88 Dodge Hellcat. Woo! What do you think about that? Looks like we got a bike runoff here. John D'Agostino in that ZX14R. Dustin in the H2. Looks like everyone's swinging for the fences here. Woo! Mile an hour coming up on these two. Hang on. John with, let's see, it looks like Dustin with a 184, John with a 98. I'm not sure if that's right. That don't seem right. Maybe it is. I didn't catch the tail end of it. Joseph Price, he's coming up in his H2 up against David Briggs in his Turbo S. Both these have been over 200. Not even a half mile an hour separates these two. Looks like the bike is going to definitely take the mile an hour win away from Dave on that one. He pulled out of the power real early. 207.2. Look at that. New best. Joseph Price in the Ninja with the Ninja Pass. Full ripper status there. Nicely done. Jennifer Harper in the Camaro. Alan Beasley in the Z06 coming up. Jennifer's been a best of 160.2. 152.9 for Alan. Like a clean run there. Mile an hour, Jennifer with a 161, Alan with a 135. Looks like we got Monica Rudin coming up right now in the McLaren 570 now. You just watched her. You just saw her husband set the fastest mile an hour in the English Racing built GTR. We got the ethanol class finals coming up after this. Unleaded 88, Indiana Corn Marketing Council. We got First Farmers Bank and Trust. Got the Indy Garage. Monica running through the traps with a 158.7. That is a new best for her. Now I got the ethanol class finals right here stepping out. We got Jacob James in the Hefner built Audi R8. Been a best of 208.7. Igor in his Porsche, been a best of 197.02. Will he clip 200 miles an hour? Here's your ethanol finals right here, Unleaded 88, Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Here you go. Those both look fast. Mile an hour's king. What's it going to be? Jacob James with a 213.07 to a 193.88. That is your ethanol final winner. Jacob James in the Hefner built R8. Nicely done. Woo! How do you like that ethanol final? It's pretty good, huh? Big thanks to Indiana Corn Marketing Council and Unleaded 88. Ignite Racing Fuel Ethanol, of course. Now we got Larry Mangus in his Corvette, Thomas in the S2000. All right, here's the one you've been waiting to see. Are you ready? Larry just won a 140 or 54-1. Thomas with a 119. Now, Vengeance Racing, two-wheel drive finals. RJ Gottlieb, two-wheel drive finals in Big Red. Big Red, 215-2. Ned, 226-3. Vengeance Racing against Big Red. You all wanted to see it. Here it is. Remember, it's mile an hour. Big Red with a 213.2. I'm looking for Ned in my screen. I don't see it. Maybe we can pan back to the starting line. What's going on there? Need a report. Is he just waiting? He is. Here he goes. He's in all the power. Ned Duffy, Vengeance Racing, mile an hour coming up. 224.55 miles an hour and the win in your rear-wheel drive class. Let's hear it for Big Red and Vengeance Racing, Ned Dunphy in the Viper. Woo! You guys like that? Pretty exciting finish. I'm all excited. I can't even sit still. All right, that was amazing. We got John Moore coming up the Z06, Caden Moen in the Camaro. I gotta think Caden's probably over in the Vengeance Racing area. Mile an hour coming up on these two. .152.8 to a 147.5. Dusty Hall coming up at a 17 Camaro. Up against Peter in the Mercedes E63S AMG. Just want to give a big shout out and thanks to everybody watching at home or wherever you're at. I heard that somebody actually has a big movie theater and they're watching. They got some friends over there watching. It's cool. Via 1320.com. Kyle Loftus out here making fast runs all day long. Dusty Hall right there, mile an hour coming up. Peter with 148.2 to Dusty's 161.2. Ryan in the Mustang 15, been a best of 169.3. Tracy been a best of 152 in the 335i. Great shot there. Mustang's no joke, been a best of 169,000 horsepower. 171.8. New best there, 131.9. It's Rob Gonzalez in that 68 Camaro. He's been finally got to 170. I know he's been working at it for a long time. Proud of him. They're doing a good job. Top speed that time around for him. 174.8. He got faster. He's going to love that. Elena in the Volkswagen Golf coming up. Been a best of 130.8. Probably running some good ethanol content fuel. Tell you, the Indiana Corn Marketing Council, can't say enough great things about them. They serve Indiana corn farmers that help create demand and broaden markets, opening opportunities down the road and across the globe for Indiana's corn farmers. Without them, we would not be here. So that says a lot about everyone over at the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. You can buy unleaded 88. It's the clean-burning, high-octane, 15% ethanol blend that is engine smart, earth kind. Right now, we got an exotic car runoff. We got the Ferrari pieced up against the McLaren. Of course, I'd like to thank our syndication partners, 1320video.com, revolution.com, shiftsector.com, and my good friend jeffreyjhart.com. Check out his website for a cool movie that he has just wrapped up and has been produced. Pretty neat deal. Julian Bassler, Jeremy Howell in the 16 Mustang coming up. Pretty good run right there. Jeremy Howell in that Mustang. Pretty good mile an hour, looked like to me. 189.5, that's a new best for him. 154.3 for Julian in that Lamborghini Huracan. Waiting to see what I have next up. Looks like the Cookie Monster himself, Corey. Who's he going to go up against? Hopefully not any cookies, because they're going to get chomped. Just saying. That's Kyle next to him in the 350Z. Lots of loud noises at the start. That converts over to horsepower. Mile an hour for these two coming up. 159 for Corey in the Cookie Monster. 176 for that Z. Got it done. Got Mark Bayless in that Hellcat, the unleaded 88 Hellcat. John Moore in the Corvette Z06. That's what you see there. Ethanol blend right there, unleaded 88. Give a good shout out to 1320 Video. They're on site shooting features all weekend long, as well as syndicating this live feed on their Facebook and YouTube. Stop by 1320video.com to see their fresh merch lineup. I've got plenty of it myself. Pretty nice stuff. Love their designs. Mark Bayless in the ethanol unleaded 88, 145.4. John Moore with a 154.9. As we kind of sort of wrap up here towards the end, you can see it's coming down to the wire for today. That doesn't mean that tomorrow is going to be any slower. Everybody generally swings for the fences on day 2. Shout out to the American Lung Association. Of course, Casey's. It's where you can fill up with unleaded 88 at your local Casey's and grab a delicious slice of pizza, along with checking out all the cool goodies that you can get at a Casey's convenience store. Dover Fueling Solution. Pretty awesome as well. Looks like I got Caden Moen back and Brian Priest in some Camaros. The Greater Indiana Clean Cities, a nonprofit ethanol and unleaded 88 advocate. providing the Midwest with education and project support for alternative fuels over the last 22 years. Contact Greater Indiana today at greaterindiana.com. Caden right there, nice run. Looks like the mile an hour with a 149.5. Keeps getting faster. Brian with a 159.0. Here comes Big Red. Nicely done there. Of course, we got the Greater Indiana Clean Cities. We got state corn supporters. Shout out to Missouri, Kansas, Illinois, Nebraska, and Kentucky Corn for their support towards Unleaded 88 and Indiana Corn Marketing Council, whom all serve corn farmers across the country. Nathan Campbell there in the Mustang. Tracy in the 335i. Got a hometown hangout shout out to the Kingdom tonight. Got some live music that's going to be played. Can't wait. If you're local, come on out and see us. We're going to be out there tonight. Jessica James in their Hefner-built Lamborghini Huracan coming up. Been best 198.4 today. Let's see what she can do. Sound like she got out of it a little early. Ned, Vengeance Racing, getting it done. Congrats, Ned. Woo! He's got the little mini Viper smart car. Shout out to all of our great sponsors today. First Farmers Bank and Trust, Team English Racing, Hefner Performance, Vengeance Racing, of course the Indiana Corn Marketing Council, Fat House Performance, 1320video.com. Love all of our supporters, everyone that's here and at home. Really hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We will be back again tomorrow. Obviously, we're not quitting just yet. We will be back again tomorrow. Briar Madden in the Challenger, Peter in the Benz. Breyer in the Hellcat, mile an hour coming up. 169.3. Peter with a 149.2 in the AMG. Got Trevor Hutter in the Corvette, Elena in the Golf. Looks like we're still golfing out here. Beautiful Marion, Indiana. Once again, thank you to the city of Marion, Indiana, for having us out here. Unleaded 88 right there. Elena going through the traps in the Golf. Looks like she had a pretty good swing that time around. John Moore up there on the launch pad. Looks like it's going to be Barrett in the Mazda Speed 3 Cork Sport Beast. Been a best of 149.9. John's been a best of 155.07. Lots of poppin' freshes. Let's see how that translates into mile an hour. It's like a good run for both of them. Mile an hour coming up. I'm going to call this the official ethanol unleaded 88 mile an hour coming up. $154.4 to a 159.2. Barrett equaling his best. No, he just actually went 5 miles an hour faster. My bad. Good job, Cork Sport. Gary Combs. Couple fast Mustangs here, the Cookie Monster and the Flying Banana. Here they go. I think the Cookie Monster must have got full, but the Flying Banana was still hungry. Here we go. Mile an hour. 128.3 for Corey Cookie Monster. 166.11 for the Flying Banana. We got Mark in the unleaded 88 Hellcat and the Viper. It's an unleaded 88 Indiana Corn Marketing Council runoff. $146.5 to a $135.5 right there, and the unleaded 88 little runoff we just had. Ben Stoner coming up that GT350R, Todd Durham in the Huracan right beside him. So there we go. Ben Stoner in the GT350R, Todd in the Huracan, mile an hour, 175 for Ben, 150. Here you go. 1320 video. You got Kyle Loftus in the Audi R8, been a best of 202. You got Ryan in the 911 Turbo, been a best of 216.6. So here you are, all my 1320 fans. There's your 1320 owner right there. No, not right there. That's 1320 though. Doing some great filming all weekend long. All right, up next to him, Ryan in the 911 Turbo. It's been bad fast all day. Here you go. These guys are both on the boil. Mile an hour for both of them. Kyle, 1320 coming up. Ryan coming up. Mile an hour, 224 for Ryan. That is a fast pass. 199.6 for Kyle. 1320 video. Great way to close that out for the day. Had some fast racing all day. We're going to have a lot more tomorrow. We're just getting ready to wrap up here. About 2 minutes. Start wrapping things up here for everybody. Just want to give a great shout out to all of, obviously, the great city of Marion, Indiana. Really appreciate everything that they've done for us, as always. Indiana Corn Marketing Council, unleaded 88. We've got all of our fine sponsors that you could see behind me as soon as they shift back my direction. We got Casey's, we got Dover Fueling Solution, Greater Indiana Clean Cities, and the State Corn Supporters. So it's been a fantastic day out here trying to swing for the fences with the American Lung Association. Obviously, we got an unleaded 88 BMW out there right now. Barrett in the Mazda Speed 3. Looks like he's going to try to go around the outside. He's turning up the wick on that bad boy. Been a best of 154.4. Now let's look and see. Pretty closely matched mile an hour wise, both them 145.3. So Cork Sport went faster, 149.1 for the unleaded 88. Now it looks like we got David Perlman in the Huracan, 2,000 horse, been a best of 218.4. You see it right there. Not sure if it's an ethanol blended fuel or not, but it's fast, I'll tell you that. Looks really fast. Mile an hour coming up. He was definitely in it to win it. No lift there. Mile an hour, 233.77. Woo! That definitely picked up some mile an hour. What do you think about that? Just want to close out right there with the unleaded 88 Indy Garage Viper. Been a pleasure to see that run consistent all day on ethanol blended unleaded 88. Got the Cookie Monster right next to him. Mark Bayless in that unleaded 88 green Viper. Corey in the Cookie Monster Mustang 162-1. Sounds like we might have one other big fast pass coming. We just had a Lamborghini that flew through the traps at 233.7. You can see the mile an hour, the fastest mile an hour of the weekend thus far at the bottom of your screen on that ticker tape. I don't know what car is coming. I'm looking for it. I just haven't seen it yet. Hopefully we'll pan back over to the starting line as we wind down here for the day. You're definitely going to want to check us out on our syndication partners, Revolution.com, 1320, Global Time Attack, ShiftSector.com, and JeffreyJHart.com. Big thanks to all of our syndication partners, supporters, our fans at home, our fans in the stands. I see the finish line, but I'm not looking. I'm not seeing anything from the starting line, so not sure what happened to the camera. Where we go? There it is. Where's our big fast pass car? I think that was our big fast pass car, honestly. Sounds like we are done. No more passes for the day. So I'll try to wrap up here for everyone at home. Want to give a big shout out and thank you to everybody who watched at home. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and we're going to bring the party again tomorrow. We'll see everybody back here on our syndication partners, 1320video.com. We'll see you at JeffreyJHart.com, Revolution.com, ShiftSector.com, and our partner, Global Time Attack. Appreciate everybody being here. Don't forget to come see us tomorrow. We'll be going live right around 9 a.m. Look for us on our syndication partners. And once again, big thanks to the City of Marion, Unleaded 88, the Indy Corn Marketing Council, and all of our other great partners out here. Big shout out. Thanks to everybody. We'll see you soon.